I clicked go live, and it says you are live. So
Let's see what's cooking.
so let's see if it actually works. I'm going to try to pull it up on the TV. It says we're live on the TV. Hey, we're live
Amen.
on the TV.
God, there's
Okay,
some new.
so
God, new program. New program.
yes, new program. So if you are in the comments, make sure you speak up so we can actually make sure that this is working. Trying the program that Josh and Matt used last week. So hopefully it's working. I don't see any comments posting up yet, so hopefully people are in the comments. Or actually,
Um,
hopefully no one's in the comments yet because I'm not seeing any pop up. Sounds good, looks good. Okay, so we do
nice. All
have.
right.
All right, it's working. I just had an Amazon delivery at 8 o'clock. They weren't going. Sorry, the lady pulled up out front and then said delivery attempted. She never even came to the door, so I had to go outside and get my packages out of her van out in front of the shop
You
because eight
have other
o'clock at night
people's.
is the best time to deliver to a business.
That's so odd. Why so late? Or is that just their shifts?
Dude,
That's what they got going on.
and I don't know because like you can put delivery instructions in, and I always do because of the same reason. They always keep trying to deliver the stuff so late, but whatever is
It's
what it
gonna
is. I
get
got the stuff.
crazy. It's gonna get
I
crazy. It's that
got
time
the
of year.
goods. Yeah.
Speaking of goods, I have whole fresh shipment of F10 over under mounts. I gotta bend those and probably tumble them just to smooth the design isn't like the smoothest edge anyway, but I'll try and make them a little smoother. And then I'll do C1 fresh batch of that and mullets. So also 6x6s. So there's gonna be some stuff popping up maybe Wednesday. And we'll see. There's a lot of work I gotta do.
Yeah. Chris said to turn your mic up. I turned it up, so let me know if it actually worked. You didn't get any louder in my headphones, but that doesn't mean you're not louder in general. So you're plenty loud in my headphones, so I don't know. I wouldn't mess with it.
Yeah,
I can mute you.
might be a usable feature.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so it was a busy week last week just with all of everything going on, but also I was out of town over the weekend, so uh, PRI show was good in Indianapolis. Got to see a bunch of cool stuff that I can't afford. Um, got to look at some new equipment and tools and things like that. Talked to a couple of machine manufacturers about some stuff. Uh, So we'll see what happens. Made some good contacts with people, and that's pretty much the only reason to go to any of those shows. But we'll see what comes of it, if anything comes of it. Um, but it's always a good time anyway. Hitting the bars in downtown Indy and all that after the show. We went to Top Golf, and we were at Top Golf from like 6 to 11:30 or something like that.
Is it pretty warm down there?
It was like 60, so
Oh,
plenty warm
yeah,
compared to here.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's in the 20s here today, and I was only 2 hours south, so
The world of difference.
yeah, yeah. For whatever reason, going south 2 hours is pretty interesting. Um, Adam says, "Can't wait to get my 6x6. Should be a fun build." The uh, thumbnail was Tim from TRD Adventures' 6x6. It looks pretty good, and I still haven't shipped JJ's high-low 6x6 because I haven't trimmed this out yet. It's still sitting on the table in the same place it was last week.
The time capsule.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Yeah, so I got to finish that, and I got to finish. I think I've got 5 or 6 more orders to go out, and I was working on Chris from TGH's truck a little bit today. I started tearing it apart.
I knew he wasn't getting that back anytime soon.
He's going to get it back soon, but he's not going to get it back how it left with me. So
I don't know if that's like a warning or a threat.
no, he asked me to modify it, so I'm going to modify it.
Modify away.
Yeah. I did get a Vanquish stance body in the mail today also.
Yeah, paint it up and send it to me.
Yeah. I gotta find somebody to paint it for me, because I'm not gonna be able to do it.
Is Rob in the chat? I'm sure he'll volunteer.
That's not a bad idea. I could get Rob to do it.
I like Rob's style.
Yeah. How's it going, Dave? Made it on time today. 60 degrees in California. I hate you. It's literally like 19 outside here right now. $2 from TGH. Thank you.
It's still shorts and t-shirt riding weather down here.
Yeah, I hate you too.
This is the only time you ever get to brag. Other than that, I'm inside because it's too hot.
It's too hot, yeah. During the summer, I'm like, man, it's so nice outside. And during the summer, you're like, I hate it. It's death. Too hot. Yeah. So you're going to have some time off work coming up here. You got some vacation time to burn up over the next couple of weeks.
Yep. Yeah, I got the next 2 weeks off. I might do one last hurrah year-end trip. I don't know. I'm shooting for the west. We'll see what happens. I got to see what snow's like because I don't want to go too far north, hit some snow, and kind of be screwed up.
Yeah, don't come here. It's not good.
I was just up there. I'll swing by with that 3D printer if you're done printing those robot. Yeah.
Lizards. Doing lizards this time.
Is that all one piece?
Yeah, it prints sitting flat on the print bed, and you just pop it off of there. It prints, kind of like this, but pop it off of there, and it, yeah, kind of a fun little fidget.
Yeah.
I mean, they're pretty flexible too. I mean, I can see why the kids like them.
Yeah.
Yes, Chris keeps teasing a new winch to everybody. Looks good. He and I talked about it on a Zoom call one night too, so it definitely looks good. I like the green color that he has the prototype in. Looks pretty good. We hit 36 at night. Let me look at what the low is tonight here.
Actually, I think we're getting pretty cold here also. At night. Yeah. Put a jacket on or something.
Yeah.
A light jacket.
Yeah, it's supposed to be in the low 20s tonight. Right now, the wind chill is 9 degrees colder than the regular temperature, though.
Did you get in on that the Jeep giveaway? Is that a Cletus jacket?
Yes, Trackhawk giveaway. Yeah, absolutely, I did. Damn, I could use a Trackhawk, especially a 10-second Trackhawk. So, So Adam asked, how did you guys meet and start this business? So Wesley used to live up here, and we met one day at the local hobby shop out crawling. And I don't know, just started talking about making crap and started making stuff separately, but collaborating with each other. And then we were just like, you know what? Let's just let's just do this as one thing instead of two separate things. And
Yeah,
that was 10 years ago. So
I remember you had some 3D printed stuff, and you're gonna make your own page, and I was like, because at the time, Brazen Scale was like a blog; it wasn't even like a product thing, really.
yeah,
But I was like, I got some likes on this page. If people want to team up.
yeah. So that's pretty much how it started. Um, what's going on with Holmes servos? They don't have any 10th servos listed on their site. I wasn't sure that was even accurate, so I just pulled up Holmes's website, and sure enough, there are no 10th scale servos listed on his site. I can only assume that that means that he is actively working on the website and probably actively updating the website. But I don't know. I don't know. That's an interesting discovery, though, because I wasn't aware.
Dang, Chris is dropping all the specs for that winch. Is that 3 feet in 4 seconds?
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Oh man, King Nerd showed up.
Hey, look, Josh. Yeah, so we're trying the same software those guys went to. It seems to be working for them. The only thing is 720p because I didn't buy the extremely expensive stuff. I only spent $400, not $800 or whatever it is. So no 1080 right now. I figured if I was going to spend any money, I wanted to try it first, and if I liked it or if we liked it, then maybe spend some more money on it. But yeah. Also, this time of year, my Fusion 360 just renewed, so that was like what, $500. Then last week the website domain renewed, and like next week the e-commerce stuff renews. And what
It's
else
weird.
just renewed?
It's like we're paying for everyone else's Christmas presents.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Oh, the program for my printer just renewed on Tuesday of last week. So like, I just got hit with like a bunch of renewals. Darn it!
Whenever you think you're starting to get ahead.
Yeah, exactly. John mentioned in a YouTube video that he was liquidating all servos so that he could use the capital towards a fancy new motor that's in the works. That's interesting. I mean, I know he has a motor in the works, but it's weird that he doesn't have any servos at all.
He's putting
Maybe
all
he'll
his
start.
eggs in that one basket. That's kind of a strategic move there.
Yeah, maybe he'll start recommending like shift servos or something if he's not going to do them. I don't know. I wouldn't mind shift servos, but I like my direct power stuff. So like, I don't know what their direct power
Yeah.
lineup is like.
I'm trying to remember. Hibby gave me one, and it's been a champ. But I want to say it's direct power because I told him I'm like I'm not running an external BC. I'm at the point where I'm kind of done with all that wiring stuff. I just
Yeah,
want plug.
when I run a BEC,
Okay.
it's a tiny little.
Even then, man, I'm just so spoiled now on my wiring.
Yeah,
Winches, servos.
yep, I definitely prefer direct power myself. I don't think shift sells direct power, if I recall. I didn't think they did either, but I'm not sure enough to make that statement be fact. One of our team drivers, Hibby, is a team driver for Shift, and I know that their servo winch, their external spool servo winch, deadlifted my he had it on a UMG 6x6 on top of a 3-foot tall ledge at Axial Fest, and he deadlifted my SCX6 up a vertical wall up over a ledge with his 10th scale servo on a UMG 6x6.
Let me go
Pretty
look at
wild.
that. I have that shift servo in the Jelly Bean. Let me go look. I'm getting up already.
Is direct power the way to go? I personally prefer direct power. There was a discussion the other night about actually they were talking about it on the Vanquish live stream last Tuesday about like battery voltage drop and how much it affects the power and the speed of the servo. I have never personally noticed it being an issue with servo speed or anything like that. I typically run 460 milliamp 4S packs, and I typically burn about 125 milliamps per comp course. So your voltage drop is, I mean, you do have some voltage drop, but you're not running the battery all the way down. So how much did it really affect? Again, like I said, I've never noticed it. And you don't have to run a BEC, but you do have to run a JST plug. So like the wiring thing, like, I don't know, it is easier, in my opinion, to run a JST than it is to run, having a BEC is another electronic that either needs to be waterproofed or has a potential for destruction. So I don't like BECs.
X2 is direct power. Or at least this one, whether it's modded or whatever.
Yeah. Shifts are awesome and customer service is great as well, but I do prefer a direct power. They have a direct power, the X2, but it's weaker.
Plenty good for 475s. I don't know.
It's good enough. It's good enough for the Jelly Bean.
Yeah, I've not had any issues with this. And actually, is it 4S compatible? Because I only run 3S too, so I don't know. Everyone's got a preference.
Yeah.
I'll sacrifice some strength for the simplicity.
Yep. I prefer direct power myself. So it's been probably 3 years now since I've ran a non-direct power servo in a comp truck.
Yeah.
3S only on the X2.
Ah, good.
So that's a negative for me.
Yeah. No go on the 4S. Got it.
I mean, it'd probably take 4S for a little while.
Only need, 9 minutes? 10 minutes? It's good.
Yeah. See, the only reason I don't go direct power is because I find it to be more simple. I mean, just plugging a servo into the receiver is simple. But if you, I don't know, whatever. I like direct power servos.
Hey, we got an hour 40. Let's debate that.
Let's argue. Direct power servos are better. Change my mind. Yeah, it depends on the ESC. So, like, running a BR Mini, you're not going to run 2 non-direct power servos in, like, a Class 3 truck off of just the BEC in a BR Mini. I don't know.
And then, I think ESCs aren't usually meant for a consistent amp draw like that, too, right? Or am I just electronic illiterate? Ignorant, I guess.
I have no idea.
Because I had was it a Castle system, which could be the problem there. It wasn't good for continuous draw. Although you could adjust the internal BEC, but it just didn't. It was cool for like a couple turns, and then it got real weak.
It would start to brown out on you or something.
Yeah, almost like it was like a capacitor or like it was storing energy of some. I don't know.
Hmm.
I just whenever I realized the circuit wasn't performing 100%, I just kind of get rid of that. I
Yeah,
like I like reliability, consistency.
I can agree with that too. So we got an email or a message on Facebook or something somewhere. The customer wanted to see a ATL Pro or he said an ATL V2 compared to the VRD Carbon chassis, the factory chassis, and the hardline chassis. So I don't have an ATL V2. I have an ATL Pro V2, so it's an angled skid version. This is a very, very different chassis style. uh, Lining up the front bumper, the shock tower height is about exactly the same. The rear shock tower height is about exactly the same as well. And in fact, there's a couple of holes that line up pretty well to show uh, how similar that is. However, the belly height difference is absolutely massive difference in belly height. Like the front bumpers are lined up. The shock tower heights are lined up. Look at the freaking belly height difference between the VRD Carbon and the ATL Pro V2. That is at least 3/4 of an inch or more. It's probably getting close to 1 inch of difference in height. Um, my tape measure is on the table over there.
Uh, you gonna roll the
so I'm
chair over
not
there?
so
Roll the
I'm
chair.
not gonna go. I'm not gonna go. Um, but looking, I knew there was going to be a difference. I knew there was a big difference between the two chassis, but I was not expecting there to be that big of a difference. Come on, focus. I was not expecting there to be that big of a difference between the two of them. The hard line, while it is better or is closer, more comparable in belly height, it is still a big difference. Like that's a lot. Um, Bought a VRD, waiting till live stream tomorrow before I check out the 300 plus and accessories. Also need to get a hardline chassis, but want to see how factory does first. You'll like the factory truck. I've said it before. I'll say it again. I thoroughly enjoyed the truck stock. I just have to tinker. I can't leave anything alone, and I didn't leave anything alone. So that's the way it is. And I don't know if they'll have a whole bunch of new. I don't know if they'll have a whole bunch of new stuff on their live stream tomorrow or not, but probably best to wait till tomorrow to see if they have anything extra.
I like the pop out.
I do too.
That's kind of nifty.
Yeah. Sorry I'm late. Went down the Cletus wormhole with his F-150. I got my shirt today.
I just watched that video probably about half hour ago, Steve.
I did too. I did too.
I
Actually, it
I
was
thought
probably
for
an
sure that
hour ago.
Supra was gonna explode. The drivetrain just spit that out.
So did I.
First gear is gonna go.
Yes. I thought there was for sure going to be destruction, but
Maybe a tie rod on the Ford.
he keeps jumping it like that, it will. That's pretty solid. I mean, I don't think it wheelied. I think it wheel hopped the front tire off the ground.
I
But
bet you had torque twist also. So it was one. I don't know which orientation that Yeah, it was driver front, right? I think that's some torque
Yeah,
twist.
yeah. Building a custom VRD tomorrow with a custom chassis, but nothing that's going to be new to purchase. Interesting. My headphones just disconnected for some reason, and now they connected.
We can't try something new and not have issues, is all I'm saying. I've been waiting for
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Um, it pulled it up enough to unload the all-wheel drive. Well, if it wheel hopped hard enough, it would do the same thing. So that's all wheel speed sensor issue things. If that front tire, you know, if it senses a bunch of wheel speed different from the other front, it'll yeah electronically freak out. So just got done cutting the chassis. Well, I will have to check out tomorrow's live stream. I thought somebody else was doing the live stream tomorrow, Josh. Anyway, I will watch the stream like always.
Is it Vanquish?
Yeah. Vanquish does their live streams now on Tuesdays. Just cut the chassis for Brandon. That's what I thought. I thought other people were doing the stream next week, or tomorrow, rather. Other than that, man, I didn't get a whole lot done other than making people's orders,
Yeah.
packing and shipping orders. I shipped a bunch of international stuff today.
One to Israel? Was that?
There was one to Bucharest. There was there was 5 of them, and they all went to different countries. 1 Canada and 4 very strange countries overseas. But international shipping is freaking outrageous, dude.
I just hope it doesn't get lost because was this our first holidays back from not shipping international?
Yeah. So like I was looking, I was shipping all those boxes today, and I was looking at the shipping costs for each one of the packages, and I was looking at what the customer paid for shipping. Like, we are charging on the website what I feel is a fair price for shipping, but shipping costs have gone up like 3 times since the last time we adjusted international shipping charges, and there wasn't a single international package today where we broke even on shipping. Like it was grossly negative in my direction on every single one of the packages. One of the packages was almost double the price to ship as what we charged for shipping.
No.
So like, yeah, it was like $38 or $39 to ship one of the boxes. I think that was the one that went to Bucharest.
Yeah.
But I don't feel comfortable putting $40 as a shipping charge on the website. But we have boxes and shipping labels and packaging supplies and the actual shipping charges. So like,
Yeah, and to be fair, I'm gonna extra pack that box with foam because
yeah,
I don't want something to get there and then it's a U shape because I didn't want to spend an extra $2 or $3 in foam and wrap that up a little bit more.
yeah, exactly. So like, but I feel bad charging, like $40, especially like if somebody in Canada orders something and it costs me $24 to ship. I feel real bad charging $40, but like, you almost have to blanket all of it, and then maybe
I would say,
manually partially refund somebody if. But how many sales are you going to lose if somebody's like, I'm not paying $40 to ship an $80 part, which I 100% understand.
yeah,
It's a tough one, man. But losing, I lost the cost of the order versus the cost of the shipping. I lost like 12 or 13%. Like,
yeah.
yeah, and the item wasn't on sale, so
Yeah. I already felt guilty shipping all the Hawaiian stuff like USPS, but man, UPS it is like 30,
Yeah, you
35
can't.
bucks.
Yeah, you can't ship
Come on.
UPS to Hawaii. It's got to go USPS priority, and they get it sooner.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We said that
that
one.
stuff.
I think we had one guy complain about it, and I was like, "Oh, come on, man."
Yeah. Well, that's a difference of it was being shipped to a business and it was being delivered. Like I don't know, it was a weird scenario, but like, so I on the website now it says
Yeah.
Alaska and Hawaii, Alaska, Hawaii, Guam, and whatever Puerto Rico are shipping USPS. It is what it
USPS.
is. So, but yeah, only one person complained about it.
Yeah.
I could probably be talked out of my stance body if somebody really, really needed it, but it literally just came like an hour and a half ago. I ordered it last Monday on the live stream, and it just showed up like an hour ago, hour and a half ago, whatever. But now I gotta, like I said, I gotta find somebody to paint it because
Where's Rob
I
at?
don't want to do it. Yeah,
Somebody get Rob.
yeah. I did see one person. One person made comment about the hardline and flatline chassis. I made a new sticker sheet to ship with those, just because I thought
Oh
it
wait.
was a nice little
Thought I
touch.
thought I saw a sticker. I haven't even seen the sticker you speak of.
Well, they're over there. They're over in my packaging area. I didn't get up last week, so I suppose I could get up this week. I'm gonna make it count though. I'm gonna grab my tape measure so I can measure the height difference. Actually, I'm going to grab my calipers so I can measure the height difference of this and grab that sticker sheet. Right back.
Remember, those calipers are off about a quarter inch, according to the 4.75 Vanquish tires. I was gonna put out on the fan page maybe a feeler. I I'm not sure if the hardline or flatline would be um, worthwhile to get cut out of aluminum, or if we should just keep carbon on those. If y'all have any opinions, chime in. But I've been kind of 50-50. Maybe I'll get like a small batch just to have them on the shelf, but I don't I
Yeah.
don't know.
Anyway, this is the sticker sheet for the hard line and flat line.
Yeah, that's what I was seeing. Nice.
I just thought it was just an extra little thing, and I did see one person posted it up and was stoked about it. So that was worth making them. I just made like 50 of them, printed them off, and stuck them in the bin. So, but if one person enjoyed it, it was worth it.
All right, let's see those Pittsburgh calipers in action.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you want it in millimeters?
We're designing stuff. I would assume we're in millimeters. Actually, I'll pull up some old files and I'm like, ew, what is this drawn in? Ew, inches.
Yeah, it's in inches. No.
Inches and decimal, like it's still inches, but it's decimal form. I'm like, what sense does that make?
There is a 17 millimeter difference in height. 17 millimeter difference in belly height between a standard VRD carbon and an ATL Pro V2.
You're about right. About 3/4.
That difference, yeah, it's like let's see, what is it? 675.
Nearly.
That's a lot. That's a massive difference. It's almost like 11/16. Just roll around in your chair. Technically, you didn't get up. Yeah, but so where my chair is currently, the waterfall is to my left, and I can't. Yeah, I'm kind of blocked in. I can get around there, but like it'd probably bump the table and too much. There's too much going on right here to have my water spill on the table with computers and cameras and mics and parts and 3D printer and yeah. Last week I lifted one butt cheek to get my truck from the top of the shelf up here, and Wesley almost called it a get up. It was not though. Yeah. Oh man. So what else do you guys want to talk about tonight? We can talk about my 4.75-inch tires.
I could start making the leaf spring mounts.
Yeah. What 3D printer do you use? I use an Ender 3 Pro. Nothing
There's so
fancy.
little. So little. I don't recall, but what did Twisted Fab put those spring mounts on? Or he just slotted this top hole just a little bit? Somebody, you sent it to me, I think.
Yeah, I'll have to go back and look again because I forgot. I think I texted you the picture of it.
Yeah, but yeah, I think you kind of hit the nail on the head. If I do slot this top hole, there is.
Oh, it was on the HD 44s.
Okay.
The not a rock jock.
Yeah. But yeah,
don't call it a rock jock.
If you slot that top hole, there's a good chance you might get some movement there under torque.
Yeah.
So I mean, I guess maybe what would the move there be? Maybe take some close-up shots and then a potential like grinding point if you want to make it work.
I don't know. I think it'd be one of those things where just having an additional new part would be probably the way to go.
For a small slot, I don't know. Unless they're popular.
Yeah.
I'll see the benefit.
Yeah. I'm interested in anti-foams, but not sure where to start. Going on an A1 Speedy chassis. I don't know anything about anti-foams. I use regular foams, so I'm not going to be a wealth of information there for you. I would say that I would probably stick to the name brand parts, like Three Brothers, because I know they did a ton of research and testing and all kinds of stuff on the filament used. So if there were going to be one that I trusted, I suppose it would be that one, but I am not a 3D printed foam person. So,
Josh asked if the 10 leaf mounts.
We don't have to read the question. I can put it on the screen.
Okay, good, because there's a heart right in front of like two of the words.
Yeah.
New or just restocked? These are just brand new. These just got to me today. I gotta hand bend them because caveman, and then I gotta test them on my 3D printed ones to make sure they're at least like within spec. They are hand bent, so they're not always perfect, but obviously if they're kind of skewed one way or the other, I'm not gonna put them up. We should have 20 sets of, let's see. The goal is to get 20 sets of over and then 25 of under, which the under sprung amounts seem to be more popular. So I ordered a little bit more of those. But that means, if you're doing the math, that is nearly, well, it is 180 pieces that I have to match up perfectly to bend. On top of, I got a bunch of, let's see, this is my goal by Wednesday. Tell me if I'm smoking. I have 80 sliders that require 2 perfect 90-degree bends also. So there's another 160 bends. So 180, 160, and I have 30 panhard mounts that require 1 bend. So I think we're in like the 210, 220, 200 hand bends.
Um,
I need to find a more
how you
efficient method of this.
how you meant to answer the very first thing he asked you was it's restocking because those are not a new product.
Yeah,
They are new to your hands, but it is not a new product. They are on the website. They've been available for months, but
it's that thing he naturally ignores.
yeah. Yeah, they're just going to be restocked on the website. They are on the site now for leaf spring over axle or leaf spring under axle. They're just out of. I think they're all out of stock right now because you haven't bent them yet. But
Yep, I've quite the task.
I did add a bunch of Hibby rotors to the website. They fit nicely in the Vanquish wheels. Of course, I had to use gold anodized aluminum in my orange wheels, but I added basically all the colors that he offers. And I'm going to check my list here because I can't remember them all. Raw aluminum, which the last set's just sold today. So I have black anodized aluminum, purple anodized aluminum, blue, green, red, pink, and gold anodized aluminum, all in stock. So if anybody's looking for Hibby's rotors, they're in stock.
Are there better looking rotors on the market? Because I don't think there are.
No, there certainly are not.
Yeah, those things. I'm not like a big color rotor guy. But
I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of these purple rotors behind my raw wheels.
The colors of the anodized they just pop.
Yeah,
I think they're cool as heck.
Which we also have matching colored winch hooks from Hibby also in stock. So if somebody was going to get some rotors, they could also get some winch hooks too. Which those are also billet aluminum 7075, and they slip nicely over 3/16 tubing. So if you hook them on your rear bumper like I do, they like slip right over it nicely.
They can keep a body on a 60-foot drop.
That they can. They can. That wasn't this truck though. That was this one.
The custom
which I still have not handled my shenanigan yet.
Did you figure out like a epoxy, or if Josh is here, I'm sure he knows.
Well, Jeff Chesney, the guy that makes these bodies, told me what he uses. I'm probably just going to shoe goo it though, because clearly the epoxy that Jeff used was a little too brittle because it broke right on the epoxy. It didn't break the carbon; it broke the epoxy. So I'm going to just shoe glue it, I think, so it has some flex. Boy, those are some nice wheels. I'd love to have some.
Here we
Yeah, I
go with
know.
the
Me
wheel
too.
jokes, Brett.
Yeah, yeah, me too. Hibby rotors are sold in pairs. So if you need 4 rotors, order a quantity of 2 pairs.
Is that on the site? Pretty plain. I think it's pretty stated.
Yep.
I know.
Yep.
Dan Davison's site for a while was very confusing.
Yeah. Now it's pretty obvious now, but got the doggo in there now, huh?
Yeah, he's got to try and get some screen time, I guess.
Yeah, I guess. He wanted to chat. Um, yeah, I took on, speaking of making wheels, I took on another contract making some more lathe parts. That's been keeping me very busy the last few weeks, probably 6 weeks actually. The machine is shut down right now purely because of noise. Um, running a bunch of stainless parts all through the bar feeder. So it gets run from like 7:15 in the morning till the last cycle is usually done around midnight, but I'm well asleep by then. So come in the morning to a bin full of parts and an empty bar feeder. So I think I've got 3.5 more days of parts to make on that out of this batch of stuff for them. So hopefully, I'm not even gonna say it. They hopefully they don't order more tomorrow, but hopefully they do, right? Because it's paying the bills. So
Yeah.
one of the things I talked to a manufacturer about at PRI was there was two CNC companies down there that had Swiss style machines on the floor, and one of the guys recognized me from this show. Actually, he's a crawler guy and works for one of these companies, and he saw me walk up to the Swiss, and I glanced inside of it to see how they had it set up as far as tooling and whatever. They weren't running any parts at the time, but I walked up to it. And I glanced inside and just kind of kept walking because my group of people didn't stop when I stopped. And he was like, "Hey, you work on crawlers?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh, I recognize you." I'm like, "That's the first time that's ever happened to me." Like, nobody ever recognizes me, especially not at something like that, right?
Right.
But so I ended up standing there talking to that dude forever about a machine, and the guy's actually local to my area, or he's actually the rep for my area, so he's going to stop in probably in the next week and a half. He said, so maybe we'll end up with a demo machine, or maybe I'll end up with a big bill to purchase another new machine. But
let's shoot for the demo.
Yeah, I'm hoping for a demo first. The chances of that happening are probably pretty damn slim. They don't usually demo stuff like that at your, but he said it was a demo machine, so
yeah. They were demoing that. I would have that running 24/7.
Yeah.
And actually, I would come up on my 2 weeks right now and make sure that thing stays running.
Yeah. Those rotors work with Vanquish 1.9 wheels. Yes, I have them mounted in a set of 1.9-inch 310s right here. There is one 1.9 Vanquish wheel that I know they don't fit in. But I'd have to message Jason May and ask him which wheels he was trying to install them in. Now, it could have been that Jason might have been on the devil's lettuce when he was trying to install them, but he said they did not fit. And knowing Jason, they were very old Vanquish wheels, so they may not even be an issue anymore. So but I can guarantee you they
They
fit
were-
on the 310s.
They were probably glue-on wheels.
Yeah. Swiss machines are intense but super fun. What size was it? It was, I believe, the machine that he had at the show was a 25 millimeter, but he said they have two bigger ones than that. I don't know what size of Swiss I would really want or need. I mean, mainly, the main product that I could see myself making on a Swiss is links, obviously. Maybe some transmission or transfer case like shafts. I mean, I don't. There's a lot more possibilities with it, but I don't
Off
know.
the top of your head.
Yeah, like, you could make stub shafts for portal boxes, but how often do you break like a Vanquish portal stub? Never, and you can buy them from Vanquish. So why would I make one? I could do like I want to do some transmission work with. We've talked about it before with the VFD, trying to rotate the top shaft down and doing a forward motor mount and whatever. But that requires a top shaft, different top shaft, and a different spur shaft in a forward motor mount. So that would be nice for that. You can spit out a link in about 28 seconds. Yeah, I know. So, but the other thing is like there's plenty of link manufacturers. So like, I can message or call Lance at Hardcore and have links in a couple of days. I can message either anybody at Deluxe and have links in a couple of days. Vanquish sells links, chassis braces I can get from Hardcore. So like, the only benefit would be, obviously being able to do them in house. You can make them however you want to make them, but like time frame is the only thing,
Right?
or the potential to manufacture, because Hardcore doesn't make his own links. He purchases them from a machinist. So like, there's a potential there for to make the machine make money, but I also don't want to take somebody else's lunch money. You know what I mean? There's no reason to take somebody's lunch money. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, you got to do a lot of work to offset a $5,000 to $6,000 bill per month. Yes, exactly, and that's why I haven't been working on RC wheels. Is because these machines are they're running, paying the bills, and while finishing this batch of wheels would pay the bills also. This higher volume contract work that I don't have to touch at all during the day is much nicer than having to fiddle fart around with this stuff. Like, yeah. So like today I was finishing a batch of pro skids, and I was finishing a batch of skids for two other vendors, all doing the same operation, this drilling and tapping the side holes. And the cycle time on those is like a minute and a half for two skids a minute and a half per side for two skids. So you have to basically babysit the machine. You're changing parts every minute and a half, which is super freaking annoying. Like, it's the most monotonous, mind-numbing thing to do, to sit there and change parts every minute and a half. Like, so having the lathe run in the background without having to go over there is very nice. And then I had the printer running. I'm making like 2,500 stickers for a company in Ohio. So the printer was ripping off stickers, and I was finishing skid plates, and the lathe was working on these stainless pieces, and the router was cutting chassis. So like, I had everything running today. So if I end up with another machine, it basically has to be like, I don't have to babysit it type of thing. So I want to have like like actual production style. Just I need 1,000 of this and just let it run. Like the pieces that I'm running in the lathe right now, it's a 10,000 piece order of these little stainless pieces. It's a very basic part. It's basically just a round shaft with a slot, like a keyway slot, and a cross drill in it for a bolt. Super simple, super small part. Well, it's not a super small part. It's like 1.5 OD, but I don't even know what it's for. I just got a print and a PO. Like, as long as it's on tolerance, it's fine.
Yeah.
Needing links for the A1 buggy as well. Wondering if high clearance links are needed of it if the factory Phoenix ones are good enough. I'm not familiar with what an A1 buggy is, Russell. So I would have to get back with you on that. I typically, as far as high clearance links go, I typically run straight non-high clearance links in the front and a high clearance, like a single bend in the rear, usually on my personal trucks. But I don't know what the setup is on that particular buggy to know whether that's how I would suggest it or not.
Is that the moon buggy?
I don't know. I'm not familiar. I wish I.
RC Speedy Fabrication, the A1 moon buggy for the Vanquish VS410. Looks pretty
That's what he
cool,
says.
actually.
That's what he says it is. RC Speedy Moon Buggy.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not super familiar with it.
It's like a cool setup.
I need to. Somebody placed an order and it has a sticker sheet. I need to replace the image on the website for the sticker sheet. It's very rare that someone orders a sticker sheet, so I always forget to change because we've updated the sticker sheets like 3 times since that image.
Right.
I need to do that, so I'm gonna make a note.
Speaking of sticker sheets, I ran out today.
Good thing I printed you 500 of them.
Wow. Good thing you printed me 500 of them.
I actually only printed you 250 of them, but I printed 500 of them.
I'm looking at this moon buggy frame, man. This thing's pretty cool.
I had those stickers ready for you, but you didn't grab them when you were here.
Yeah, I dipped. I was out of there, man. My coworker asked if I was coming back for the holidays, and I was like, I was just there 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. Zach says Phoenix links will be fine. Moon buggies sit so low that high clearance links really aren't needed or helpful.
Yeah, it looks like, well, the one on their site, it's like full droop, which probably is not the way you'd run it, but the links are actually up anyway. So, I mean, you do have some ride height you can gain just to have the links flat with the whole belly. Looks like that's a lay down serve. Yeah. So they have a lay down steering servo. I just don't grasp. There must be real limited front travel if they're running it like that.
Or is it axle mounted or chassis mounted?
It's on the frame, but in the picture they have it laying on top of the front axle housing.
Gotcha.
It's a cool setup. That looks. I mean, there's some time in that. That chassis is $150.
I was looking at when I was at PRI the handheld laser welders.
Yeah,
so
that almost
freaking cool. Like, I was watching the demos.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
The welds on this look pretty cool. I don't know if it's laser.
It's probably
Maybe
lasered.
maybe Josh would be able to check it out, but they look pretty cool.
Zach says Tim at TRD Adventures built one.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, pretty cool.
Well, Russell, check out TRD Adventures. He must have a video on it. I didn't see it, but I also don't typically pay a whole lot of attention to moon buggies. They're very cool, but yeah, it's just not something I have the terrain around here to play with. So
every time I'm like, I'm gonna build a buggy, I end up doing a different truck.
yeah.
Just build something. I always have some random thing. I'm like, no, I'm gonna make this work.
Yeah. Oh, that chassis is $150 deposit, and then you got to pay for the rest of it.
Okay, I was gonna say that thing. That's some work into that just for $150, man. Okay, $379 with $150 deposit. I mean, $379 is not too bad, but like, where do you draw the line, though? I mean, that thing's obviously hand.
I mean, they're
crafted freaking.
Yeah, like the RC Speedy, the Jeep, like what do they call it? Their C2. It looks kind of like a Ripper. I mean, it looks really cool, but I don't know. Josh said, I built an RC Speedy a while ago. The geometry was so bad I couldn't finish it. I think they've improved since then, though.
Oh.
do you think that was laser welded, or do you think it was like cold fusion tacked?
Cool.
Like you see all those videos on the shorts and reels and whatever of TIG tacks.
Yeah.
I've watched a lot of people rip tabs off the chassis, though. That's cool.
Laser. No.
Yeah, no penetration. I wish I had terrain like that, Russell. I live in northern Indiana where we have sand and mud.
Heavy emphasis on the mud.
Yes. We have like 9.5 to 10 months out of the year where you have mud or mud. And then there's like a couple of months where all you have is dust and sand. So like I have to drive. I'm going to check 23RC's schedule, because I know they did a Santa crawl last weekend that I wish I could have gone to, that a couple of our team drivers went to and cleaned house at. But they have Wednesday nights is their club crawl night. But they have a comp before Christmas on Saturday the 23rd. Which I think I can get away if I bail out of here on Friday, like mid-afternoon or early afternoon. It's like a 6.5 hour drive to get to southern Kentucky, southeast Kentucky. Get a hotel room. I can comp on Saturday, stay in the hotel, and then come home Sunday, because Christmas is on Monday. I think I might be able to pull that off. I really want to do that. They do Sorca Class 1, Class 2, and they do a Class 2 like Sorca Light rules. They also do a box stock class, 24 scale class, and something else. So I really want to get down there and try it, and it's indoor, so that's nice too.
There you go.
But the weather in southern Kentucky is better than the low teens here. So
Yeah.
it's the cold TIG, which is why the joints are weak. Yeah, it makes sense. Look cool, super heavy, didn't perform. Don't beat it like a basher. That's my local shop. 23RC is the shit. I've seen a bunch of cool videos and a bunch of cool pictures, and I've heard nothing but good things about the owner. And we have 4 team drivers down in that area that all go there, and they all really like it. So I really want to get down there, and I think I might. Like I said, I think I might be able to pull it off to get down there. I should see if Hibby has any days off around Christmas. If Hibby has that Friday off, I could run over to Michigan City and grab him, or make him come here. It'd be easier if I make him come here, so I don't have to go an hour out of the way and then an hour back. But I could drag him with me.
The 6.5 hour trip turns into 8.5.
Yeah, it does real quick. So, Colin's in here. How's it going, buddy? Yeah. So
Comments and comment.
yeah, I think I can. I can put the user in timeout. I can ban the user and delete their comments. I can mute Wesley if he gets out of hand. I can straight up remove his ass.
I'll just troll in the comment section.
Yeah. Let's see. How long of a drive is it? Okay, so Stanville, Kentucky.
I thought you deleted Zach's message, but I'm pretty sure he retracted it himself.
Oh, I missed it. I didn't see it. 6 hours and 52 minutes if I go one way. 8 hours and 11 minutes if I go another. Why would anyone want to go the 8 hour and 11 route when there's a 6 hour 52?
Is that the I don't want to be around my family this time of year route, or what is?
Must be. I don't know.
I'm postponing that trip to the in-laws detour.
Yeah. So call it probably a little over a 7 hour drive with a fuel stop or whatever to get there. I've driven much further for no reason at all. So, any word on a Rocky Mountain Regional Championship for next year? I have not heard anything about it, but I also have not asked Chris about it either.
Is Chris still here? Chris.
I haven't seen Chris pop in the comments here for a while, so if he is still here, he can answer that.
Radio silent.
I said Josh had built a Speedy as well right after he said he built one. Yeah. Okay. Whose comment did I start? Oh, TGH's comment got auto-starred because it's a super chat. Man, we're making some money on YouTube.
$2,
On YouTube ad revenue. It's like $3 already. Like a solid $3 on ad revenue. So like that's cool. We're YouTubers now.
This time next year we can probably splurge and get that 6-pack.
Yeah, this time next year we might get our first check because they make you wait till you have $100 to pay you.
It's even like a 5-year thing.
Yeah. YouTube won't even be a thing anymore before we get our first actual money.
It's just going to be Google video.
Yeah, killing it on ads. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely slaying it.
This is my AG1. This is how I shake it up.
Yeah, there you go. Simply Safe, Raycon, AG1. Hit us up.
If you
then you'll have to, and then you'll have to split it. Yeah, exactly.
you think
Yeah.
my voice mic is bad, it'd be better if I had Raycons.
Yeah. Dollar Shave Club next week? No, not for me. Maybe for Wesley with that nice 70s stash he's got going on.
Yeah. If if they want to pay for it, I'll shave it.
Yeah.
That'll get carded everywhere, man.
I got carded at Top Golf. I was like, damn, my beard's almost old enough to drink. Like, what do you mean? Oh, well. Dude, there was like 60 Ultra 4 guys at Top Golf. They had 4 bays rented out upstairs, and they had like a buffet of food. And I couldn't tell you the number of beers that were drank in the 4 hours that we were there, but I can tell you that it was a lot.
Substantial.
Like a substantial number of beers drank. The waitress just kept bringing multiple buckets of bottles of beer, and no one could tell who was ordering it or where. Like, there was just buckets of beer everywhere. And at one point I asked the girl, I'm like, how are you keeping any of this stuff straight? She's like, well, there's like 5 cards on tap or on tab up there, so we'll figure it out. I'm like,
split it up.
Sure.
Nice.
But like, yeah, it was pretty intense. There was buckets and buckets and buckets and buckets and buckets of beer. And then we went, after they kicked us out of there because they were closing, then we went to the Slippery Noodle in Indy, which is a jazz bar. Not my place, but they had Jack and Coke, so I was okay. So then we were there till like 2:45 in the morning, and then had to walk back to our Airbnb, which thankfully was only like a block south of there.
That's pretty.
Like
cool.
we could see the Lucas Oil Stadium sign. We were like 1 block east of the stadium and 1 block south of the bars on Meridian Street. We were like on Meridian Street. Our Airbnb was.
That's
so
cool.
Yeah. But hanging out with all the Ultra 4 guys was cool. I don't know how many of you guys follow Ultra 4 or King of the Hammers or any of that, but Mid-America Outdoors in Oklahoma bought Ultra 4 USA, and they started a short course series also, and the couple that owns everything built this gigantic facility in Oklahoma. There's a lazy river, there's bars, there's jumbotrons, there's RC tracks, there's Travis Pastrana built the new nitro track there. They raced Ultra 4 there, they raced side-by-sides there, they raced everything at this property. And like a month ago, they announced that they were not going to be running the short course series next year. That's strange because you guys just spent, my buddy Matt was there for 4 months building this track. You know, they spent millions of dollars building this nitro track with Travis Pastrana, and now they're not going to run short course at all. Okay, that's strange. Then we see the nitro schedule, Travis Pastrana's schedule. Dates changed and locations changed, and Mid-America is no longer on Travis Pastrana's schedule. Strange, right? So then last Monday, news got out that Ultra 4 USA is for sale. And at PRI, we were talking. I come across one of the announcers, Pam, walking around. So we stopped and was talking to Pam, and kind of asking her if she knew what the hell's going on, right? She could only really tell me what she could really tell me, but she said, all I can say is that last Monday, which a week ago today, she got a phone call that she was let go from Ultra 4 USA and there will be no broadcasts for 2024. There may not be any races for 2024. The series is for sale. Rumor has it that Dave Cole, King of the Hammers Dave, was offered to purchase it back. He has first right of refusal from selling it to buy it back. And rumor has it that he did not accept their price or negotiations or whatever. I don't know. Also digging further into this, when Dave sold Ultra 4 USA to these guys, there was in the contract that if I think it was if racer count went down to 50% of 2020's numbers or 2021's numbers, whatever it was, or if they didn't maintain a certain level of advertising and whatnot viewership, that it would automatically default back to Hammer King Productions, which is King of the Hammers. But so supposedly Dave did not accept their price or their contract or whatever. And supposedly there's somebody else who's interested in buying it. And I've heard what the price is, and it seems cheap for what it is, but I don't know what is included, right? Because stuff to live stream races from the middle of fucking nowhere
Yeah.
is not cheap, right? And you have to hire people to announce, and you have to hire people to work in the woods, and you have to hire people to organize, and you have to hire people to do, like, there's a lot that goes into it. But looking at one of the racers forums, it looks like the price tag is about $500,000 to buy the entire series. But I don't know what is included in that, right? There's probably nothing included in that. You're probably just buying
or Ultra 4.
Yeah. Yeah. So, like, strange. So none of us know if we're even racing next year, which is pretty interesting to think about, considering, like,
What's
Team
Hammers?
Indiana. Yeah, Team Indiana has about, well, there's like 12 or 13 race cars, and everybody drives rolling houses on wheels. You know, we're dragging $250,000 race cars to $500,000 race cars in a $500,000 toter home with a $50,000 trailer behind it. And nobody knows if they're even racing next year or not. Everybody's trying to build these new cars to finish for Hammers, and everybody's trying to secure sponsorships for next year. They don't even know if we're freaking racing. So, like, how is a sponsor supposed to commit to sponsoring when they have no idea what's going on? They need to get it figured out. I'm in the side-by-side industry, and I knew there are several upset racers. Several is an understatement. Probably getting name and rights to hold the races. That's what I assume. There's probably really nothing involved other than the goodwill of the company, which at this point has been dumped by the last two previous owners. So, like, how much goodwill's actually left, right? They need a Netflix show to get this thing kicking. I don't disagree with you at all. Mickey Thompson did a really good job a couple of years ago, 2 years ago. Like the Journey to Hammers or the Road to Hammers or whatever. They went around and interviewed a bunch of the Mickey Thompson racers at their home shops or their home garages while they were building race cars. And they put together a pretty good multi-part series about that too. But, you know, it really didn't – it was only on YouTube, and you only really knew about it if you followed Mickey Thompson on YouTube, which how many of you subscribe to Mickey Thompson's YouTube channel? Oh, that was one cool thing, though. Sean's 4800 car at PRI. We got to go to dinner with Mickey Thompson's son.
That's cool.
Yeah, so like, dude's in his 70s. He's been over 400 miles an hour in a land speed car. Like, really cool. Really cool dude.
Tire?
Yeah. Yeah, really cool dude. But I was being kind. Yeah, I'm fully aware. Yeah. So that was pretty much the talk of the entire event at PRI with all of the racers, but none of us know anything, and nobody will tell anybody anything. The people who are the normal face of contact with all the racers are not replying to text messages, they're not replying to emails, they're not replying to tags on any social media. And I imagine there's probably some sort of a non-disclosure, so they literally can't talk about it until, a specific date.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, they need to say something, because there's hundreds and hundreds of race cars and tens of millions of dollars, probably hundreds of millions of dollars worth of bullshit going on around the country based around your series. But because we as a hobby let one person or one business buy up the entirety of our hobby and put all of it in one basket, and then he dropped the basket and all of the eggs are breaking at the same time. Like, we were talking about, just putting big fuel cells in and going and racing Best in the Desert or Score. Yeah, we'll race Mint 400 and Vegas to Reno and whatever, but like, even that's a big change
at that point.
Yeah, and we're in fucking Indiana. Like, there's no deserts around here.
The Badlands 1000.
Dude, you talk about brutal. But yeah, so like, to race Vegas to Reno, that's a long drive to get there, and then it's a long race. Same thing with Mint 400 and Baja and whatever else is out there. But like,
I think Bryce Menzies' four-wheel drive truck has all that down pat at this point.
Yeah, and I don't think a 4400 car is going to keep up with a four-wheel drive trophy truck.
No, with 3 feet of travel.
Yeah. So yeah, that was a pretty interesting. So all these guys are getting hammered drunk at Top Golf and yelling about Ultra 4. Like, get your shit together, right?
Huh. Yeah, it's a shame. I don't know what the name and what does that entail? Because I mean, $500,000 doesn't sound too bad.
Like I said, it's probably just the name and the right to use it.
You just buy like 6,000 T-shirts and a YouTube channel.
Yeah, yeah, pretty
That's
much.
all you're getting.
Yeah, pretty shitty. But I saw one comment from one of the guys that was a face of contact, and he said something was said about 10 days or something like that. So I don't know if we'll find out, next week. There's like I said, there's a rumor of an interested party to purchase it, but they're racers and they're on the West Coast. So like,
I say, man, with the Heelys.
It's not Heelys, but it is an Ultra 4 family that's not the Campbells.
Yeah,
and
was it the who's the brothers?
That's who it is. But we'll see what, I don't know. We'll see what happens. And even if it does get sold to a West Coast race team, are they going to continue to do East Coast races? It's hard to say.
Yeah.
When my buddy bought We Rock, the number wasn't high either, but it's because you're just buying the chance of making a small amount of money per year. Yeah. If you put on a shitty event, you're not going to make any money. The terrible part about this whole thing was like, the dude that owns it now is like bazillionaire or acts like he's a bazillionaire, and like the payouts went way up compared to what they always were historically, and you got paid at the event. They literally cut you a check at the event if you earned a payout, which never happened at Ultra 4 before. You had to wait months to get paid previously. So like everything was going in a positive direction, and everything was looking up, other than like, you know, at Crandon and at Mid America Visions. Ultra 4 was like shoved off in the corner and was kind of the sideshow, but I mean, we kind of are the sideshow. So can't really complain much about that, but everything was going positive. So for it to just get dumped is like, cool. Thanks, bud. It's like he was, I don't know, whatever.
Cashed in on
shitty.
KOH and got out.
Well, no, Dave Cole still owns King of the Hammers. He's not the one that owns Ultra 4 USA anymore.
Okay, gotcha.
So yeah, the guy that owns fucking half of J Oklahoma now. We were talking about it at Crawlapalooza, where Colin was racing. It's the guy that owns that property. The Robinettes. He's got Walmart money. Yeah, he does something with, it's like, I don't know, cleaning the floors at Walmart's worldwide or something like that. His company owns contracts for that or something. I don't know what it is, but he either has dumb money or he has access to dumb money. Either way, he bought everything. If a West Coast team buys it, they'd be crazy not to race East Coast. More racing there than out here. Have some big races for sure, but short course and woods racing, not so much. Woods racing around here is all there is, though. So, like, and the unfortunate part is it's hard to find a large enough parcel of woods around here anymore to race at. So then you're racing at off-road parks, which means you have to rent. Basically, I don't know how the hell they manage traffic at Rush Off Road for the anniversary bash, because that place is packed. But they have to close off a large section of the park to race in, because we're running through the trees at like 45, 50 miles an hour. If somebody drunk steps out of their side-by-side in front of you, they're going to have a real bad time.
Yeah.
But otherwise, you know, you're basically closing an entire park to race at, which a lot of the off-road parks around here are getting real beat down because there really isn't any riding outside of off-road parks. It's all private property that people allow you to ride on. So those parks get beat down pretty hard.
Yeah, everyone shows up with 2-inch tall tires each time they come back out.
Yeah.
33s. Oh, no, I got 35s. Now I got 37s.
Yeah, when we started racing side-by-sides, we were running 26 and 27-inch tires. And then, like, Ironman GNCC in Crawfordsville, the one year got real muddy and real rutted out, and everybody that was running 26s and 27s was getting stuck, bottomed out in the ruts. And I had put a set of 29s on mine that day, and man, that was the right choice. And now, if you're not running 33s or 35s, you're going to have a rough day in a side-by-side around here. Like, stock class runs 32s. And mod, they run 32s or 35s, depending on where you're at. Hammers, some of the guys at Hammers are running 37s on a side-by-side.
I was just saying, I thought they were getting up there.
Well, to race 4400 class, they changed the rules for 4400 to try to keep the side-by-sides out. Now you have to have certain extra cage bars, and you have to have a certain fuel cell, and you have to have 37-inch minimum tires.
Which
so they're just going to run 37s on it for 4400. So, but we'll see what happens, man. Like I said, nobody knows anything right now, and hopefully the news comes out soon, because we are 1 month away from being on the lake bed in California. And after that, nobody knows what's going on. King of the Hammers is its own separate thing. So King of the Hammers is happening. But it's the rest of the season after that nobody knows what's going on. And a lot of the sponsorship stuff on the racer side is a season-long thing. And if you can't nail down a sponsor for money right now, Hammers may not be achievable. You know what I mean? Because the best week at Hammers costs you 10 grand. Like, and it gets way worse from there. Like, if you have a good week at Hammers, it costs you 10 grand.
Josh, if you make it out there, I'll go.
Yeah. Yeah. So it'd be nice to have you out there, Josh. Yeah, I'm flying into Palm Springs, California. It's only like an hour from the lake bed. So we used to fly into Vegas, but it's like a 3-hour drive. So it's like the same money to fly in, but it's a 3-hour drive instead of a 1-hour drive. Miller Brothers S3 Power Sports run big tires. Kyle Chaney and the Miller Brothers run the X3 right with the big boys and do very well. Yeah, they do. They do very well in the X3s in the 4400 class. Last year, I don't remember I think it was Chaney, but it might have been Hunter Miller was inside the top 5 in a side by side in the 4400 class, which everybody was like, "This is not possible." So, one of these days, one of these boys is going to actually finish the race. Get on the podium or something, but we'll see. It sounds like most of the Can-Am sponsored racers that Russell's mentioning are going to be running the stock class in the new Maverick Rs, and then going to be running X3s in the 4400 class because they can't fit 37s on the Maverick R. But they can fit 37s on the X3. So we'll see how they do with the new Maverick Rs too, because those have those new goofy front knuckles that come out over the top of the tires. Have you seen those?
Yeah.
Really weird. Really weird. So
I wonder if they're going to develop taller knuckles for, like what Colin's saying, like 37s. Because they say they fit 35s?
Yeah. So what I imagine will happen.
How much tire deflection can you get before it actually rubs?
Yeah, so what I imagine will happen is one of the tire manufacturers will pull a reverse Vanquish, and they will make a 35-inch tire that says 37 on the sidewall. So that they can.
Does that?
Yeah, Maxxis already does that. Yeah. And most of those guys are sponsored by Maxxis. So, but I don't think they can get a 37-inch tire on the Maverick Rs is the issue.
The last brand new Trepador stickies that I saw were 35 or 37 labeled were the size of my 35s.
Yeah.
Or sorry, wait, were they 40s? What's the standard? It's been a couple years since I've seen those, but they look
regular. Regular
really
Treps came in 37 or 40 usually.
So we were giving them crap. We're like, why are you running 35s? They're
37s.
Who'd have bought 35-inch stickies?
Yeah. On the Pacesetter chassis for the SCX10 Pro, how much did you raise the skid plate? I would love to give you an answer off the top of my head, but I don't remember it.
Paste it.
I'm going to attempt to open files on my computer, and hopefully I don't crash this entire live stream.
It's Michael's fault if this happens.
It's Michael Richardson's fault if this happens. Sponsored by Maxxis, but run Hoosier and short course. That's because Maxxis doesn't make a short course tire, so they're allowed to do that. They want the side-by-side out because they think if it get hit by a 4400, it'll be a bad day. They need to catch them first. A silt pocket could be a bad day for a side-by-side and a 4400 car to meet. I don't disagree with you that I don't disagree with anybody that it would be a bad time if a side-by-side gets hit by a 4400 car. You're talking about the difference between a 4,000-pound car and a 2,000-pound car. It would be a bad day for everyone involved all the way around.
Josh, I do recall the short course trucks. Maxxis did make tires, and they would just groove them right there at the track.
Yeah.
That was the trucks, though.
So I gotta find the file for the factory chassis is my issue here. I don't know what folder it's in. Jelly bean files, high-low files. Back to stuff that was before that came out. When did that come out?
Hey Josh, I was thinking about trying to get out the Trail Hero. Is that something you still ever interested in that? I believe Sand Hollow.
There.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, my headphones disconnected.
I thought I could hear the vent going.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what I did with the factory SCX10 Pro profile. That's the word I was looking for. I want to say it was like 10 millimeters up, and the skid angle increased from 6 degrees to 10 degrees. I know that for a fact, but I would search Pro, the name Pro, in my files, but we've been naming every chassis something Pro for the last 3.5 years.
Yeah. We're just gonna do BRD, bracing development. And we're gonna, dude, I got it now. We're gonna use the TRD font, but it'll be BRD.
I don't want to do that. I don't want to get sued. Vanquish uses that font, and so does Tim from TRD Adventures. So I don't want to.
I don't know. That was the joke. Sorry.
Sorry. I didn't get it. Okay, let's try this file. There we go. Now it's the wrong damn size because
I thought I was being original.
Let's see. Make this big. Need to move that. Rulers. Sorry, this is taking way longer than I expected it to. Millimeters. Just trying to move things so it's easier for me to see.
You got magnify sometimes.
Yeah, I gotta zoom. 10 millimeters. That's what I thought. 10 millimeters up, and then change the skid angle. by a lot. Okay, I'm back. So hopefully that didn't take too long for Michael to answer Michael's question. It's 10 millimeters up, and then changing the angle from 6 degrees to 10 degrees. They need to have timed runs through the Rubicon Trail. That'd be awesome. An awesome race. I don't disagree with that either. That'd be cool.
Would Rubicon end up like Moab though and get shut down because it's been overused? Have you heard about that?
Mm-mm.
So they shut down like 300 miles of Moab because it's being overused. But now I'm not an expert in that field, but the trails that are remaining open, aren't those now going to get overrun? I don't.
Much quicker.
Yeah, at a substantial accelerator rate. They should. It'd be kind of annoying, but instead of just shutting the trail down, wouldn't it be just better to have, hey, we have 300 day passes for this trail. Make your reservation. Because that's what all the parks around here did around after COVID. There's 100 entries, and you know, sign up, see what you can get.
Yeah. Thinking that's what the state wants, close them all. I mean, that happened to a lot of the parks in the Midwest and the East Coast. All the anything that had a spring or running water through it, if a trail crossed the running water, they wanted the trail shut down because when you traversed across it, you lifted silt and it traveled down and caused erosion elsewhere or caused blockages elsewhere, is what they were claiming. So a lot of that stuff got shut down because of that reason. Not necessarily because it was over traveled, but just because you went through a waterway.
I was thinking, man, it'd be a bad time to be have invested money into the city of Moab as like a 4-wheel drive outfitter or something like that. But at the same time, I can't help but wonder if all these side by side rental companies that popped up in Moab had a hand to play in it, because now you just gave all these tourists these side by sides to go rip around, and
Well, not
you probably gave them some 5-minute little tutorial video, and they're just complete ignorant people romping
yeah,
around.
not even only that, but like wheelers. Well, mostly side by side wheelers as a whole need to be a little bit more respectful about noise in town, out of town, everywhere. I mean, you go to a lot of these trail systems and you can hear these guys' stereos from forever away, just blasting the most obscene music. I listen to obscene music. Like, I get it. I'm not mad about the style of music you're listening to, but like, you know, maybe turn it down a little.
We were getting
Like,
that at Disney, actually. There's a couple dudes who are like,
yeah,
and then you get the guy pops out of the woods, and then there's like 200 people staring at him.
yeah,
I'd be like, oh my
yeah.
God, I'm leaving. I'm going home.
I'm pretty sure that guy was comping with us. I'm pretty sure he just had his side by side down there and was just. It was a little ignorant, and it happens everywhere. That wasn't the only place that it happens. So, yeah,
Sucks
people
about
people
Moab
as a
because
whole.
that's like an area that people are pretty passionate about maintaining. It's
Same with
not a
the
Walmart.
Rubicon Trail.
It's not a Walmart parking lot where you just do
Yeah,
burnouts and yeah,
yeah,
man. I don't know. It's on my list. I want to get to Moab before they close my stuff down. I think it's gonna happen, and it's gonna do exactly what I said. Now I want to get out there, but I'm very respectful. But now everyone's gonna panic and visit.
yeah.
And then
You know,
now
and
it's gonna accelerate traffic.
and I'm fine with conservation. Like, I understand we need to preserve this stuff, but at the same time, like, maybe don't close it forever.
Yeah.
Close it for 2 seasons or close it for 1 season, and let people know that, hey, this is only being closed for this season. We need to let some foliage grow back in to control erosion in these particular areas or something like that. And and that's fine. I get it, but like, don't just shut it down forever.
Yeah. I was looking up so I was like I said, I'm gonna be off the next 2 weeks, so I was looking up some stuff in Moab. Not Moab, but like Utah in general. And on their site they say a footstep in like a area you're not supposed to be in could be there for like a decade, which I'm sure is truthful in some spots, but it's probably kind of an exaggeration. But if they're saying a footprint lasts that long, I can't imagine like a tire track or you know stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
If you give a mouse a cookie, you're not wrong there either, Josh. It's unfortunately it's a slippery slope when you are dealing with government agencies on anything. So look at what look at what the ATF thinks they can do. It's the same scenario.
But yep, I do want to try and get the
Uh,
hammers though.
Hammers is cool. Hammers is another one of those things where like the drunken debauchery at night is going to be what really screws shit up. The ticking time bomb, the fights, the people getting ran over, the drunk people. It's gonna be the demise.
There's gonna be a death, and there's gonna be a issue.
Yeah. Out here in our dunes, people blast their stereos so loud and nothing happens, but we have noise ordinance on exhaust decibels. Same thing at Silver Lake in Michigan. It's you can't get in there without a spark arrestor and a certain decibel or a lower exhaust system, but you can have competition. You can have competition audio in your side by side, and once you're through the gate, nobody says anything about it. So it sucks, but again, society as a whole has to take responsibility for that shit. And if your buddy's being a dick, be like, hey, bro, turn that down a little bit. Like
Yeah.
that side by side that just went by had 3 kids in it, and you're listening to music that talks about killing hoes and selling drugs. Like, maybe turn it down a notch. Like, I'm fine with your choice of music, but turn it down a little bit. So
Yeah.
the 5:30 club, ride for 5 minutes and drink for 30, needs to take their trash out with them and turn their music down a little bit. And I sound like I'm getting old by saying that, but I like to do the same thing too. Just take your trash out with you and be respectful, and we'll all have a place to continue to do this stuff at. So
Right.
I don't know. But it's no different than people can't return their carts at Walmart. It's the same type of people. Put your cart in the cart corral. It's across the aisle from you, you lazy fuck. It's not hard to do.
I also have the same feelings because if a, if a cart comes and crashes into my truck, I'm gonna be very upset.
Yeah.
I'll probably boycott Walmart and get all. I don't like to go to Walmart in general, but that's the closest place to me right now. So unfortunately, I do have to contribute. But I park at the very back. Um, I don't even try to park near.
Yeah. My wife's brand new Grand Cherokee has a big old ding right in the back hatch from a cart coming across the parking lot and hitting the back of her car. Super cool. Right next to the license plate, right at the top height of a shopping cart, like just boom, right into the.
I can't.
Yeah.
Why did I get something nice? I just stress about it constantly.
Yeah. You darn kids and your newfangled rap music. Yeah. I mean, I can listen to some rap music, but like I said, there's a time and a place, and there's a volume that is appropriate for everywhere. So,
For the last, it ain't gonna take us 10 minutes, but for the last 10 minutes, should we kind of recap
yeah,
things going on?
yep. Go ahead. You've got the most recapping to recap.
All right. Well, I may put all of my after work activities on pause because my goal is to get F10 over and under spring mounts made and restocked. C1 Pro leafers are back in. I'm looking to have those stocked Wednesday. Mullets back in, stocked Wednesday. And high-low 6x6s in stock. Hopefully dropped Wednesday. I think the last thing on my list will be those flat plate sliders. I'm shooting for Wednesday, but I'm gonna try and do for sure all the leaf spring stuff Wednesday. Maybe the sliders Friday. So I'll give quantities and I'll be posting up. But let's shoot for maybe Wednesday at 6 p.m.
Sounds good to me. Just let me know quantities on stuff, and I can get it added to the site. I'm pretty sure the only thing of mine currently that is not in stock is wheels. So it is on my list of things to work on, but it has been on my list of things to work on for like 2 or 3 months. So like it's on a list.
2 or 3 months.
It's on a list. It's just not at the top of any list.
It's not the A list.
Yeah,
but it is
it's
A
on
list.
yeah. It's not the A list, but it's on a list. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think everything else of mine is in stock currently. I just finished up a batch of a bunch of skids, and I've got carbon, I've got bits, I've got all that stuff. So I think I'm sitting pretty good on that stuff. Carbon mullets, the linked front and rear are on the site. Carbon pace setters and oracles and flat lines and hard lines and Pro V2s and C1 Pros is all on the website, as far as I'm aware. I do have to make an apology to one customer though that bought a carbon fiber ATL Pro V2 today. I was sitting at lunch and an order came through, and I was like, man, that's a pretty sizable order for one item. What did that person order? I must have inadvertently or accidentally changed the price of the carbon fiber Pro V2s at some point. Whether I was trying to change inventory or trying to do something else, but these ended up at like $110 somehow at some point. And I wondered why they hadn't been selling, because this was a pretty common chassis to sell, and they stopped selling. It's probably because they're freaking $110 on the website right now. So I need to fix that. I'll probably fix that in the morning, and I'm probably going to either, I guess you guys can tell me, but would you rather get a bunch of extra stuff in your order that you did not order, or would you rather receive a partial refund with a, like, I can throw in a skid and a servo mount and a panhard mount in this order and still be okay, and just handwrite a note, be like, hey, the price was wrong on the website on this chassis. Thank you for your order. Here's some free shit. Or I can refund them some money and just ship the chassis. Like, kind of torn as to what to do there.
Yeah, the order I shipped today, I didn't have stickers, so I threw in these little harness handlers that I've never put on the site, but if you've been at events, you'd have seen them. Just a little piece for a zip tie to tie your electronics up to.
Yeah.
But that guy's getting that instead of a sticker sheet, so I mean, I think it's definitely a loss on my end, but hopefully he likes that instead of stickers.
Yeah. Yeah. Sticker sheets and skids. I can probably have heading your way tomorrow. Probably tomorrow.
Okay.
I think the set screws for the skids are due tomorrow. So once those come in, I can package all the batch
Okay.
that I made today.
Definitely be in contact. I might jet out of town maybe mid next week, so should be fine.
Yeah. I'd like free shit. I like free stuff, but if I already have it, it does me no good. Yeah,
Gotta start another truck, man.
but like it's,
I'm
but
gonna
it's
stick him another
components.
frame.
Yeah, I mean, basically what I would be including is the components required to continue this build. Like the chances of somebody having a dual servo mount and a panhard mount on hand for one of our chassis that takes a specific designed part is pretty slim. Especially like those parts are not in stock on the website right now, so the chances of him having one is pretty slim. Maybe he would have ordered one with this had it been in stock on the site, but it
Yeah.
wasn't. So, but if I send them one, then I have to tear apart my damn aluminum metal masher truck again to take the servo mount off of it because I don't have one. Adam, yes, Wesley talked about that. He said potentially Wednesday, probably after that.
I've got some bending to do. That's only the one stack. These are just the flat guys.
Bunch of bending to do.
Yeah. Now they just like weapons.
Look like little throwing stars or something.
Yeah. Cool stuff. Yeah, I've
Would
got
you
some work
recommend those
this
for the
week.
6x6?
Yeah, absolutely. They'd fit. They'd all fit.
I kind of like this program. It seems to be working out pretty well.
Yeah, I like so the YouTube feed I have right here below the screen is slightly delayed, but I like when I see the little
Yeah.
pop out chat on the screen.
Yeah,
It's
I've
pretty
got it
cool.
playing on the TV. It's probably, I don't know what, 5 or 6 seconds delayed or something like that. But
Yeah.
I think that's pretty normal though. So, but hopefully the live chat replays properly. I don't know what I did like a couple of weeks ago. The live chat replayed as I watched the video again the next morning, and the live chat worked. But then the following week it didn't. So I don't know. I don't know what I did different. Regardless, hopefully it actually works this way because I don't hate this program as much as I hated the other one.
Yeah. Yeah. I think this is substantially better than the last time.
Yeah,
Trying to do this.
the whole my internet cannot handle a Skype call and a live stream at the same time. So like
Yeah.
that's why it kept getting small and big and moving around all over the place and freezing and whatever. So my Comcast seems to be handling this okay. And like I can turn off the logo and I can put the logo back and I can put our names at the bottom. Or I cannot.
Hey, you should do breasts.
Yeah.
uh,
I can use that mute button and mute you. If you recommend that again, I will mute you.
yeah.
I do like that it automatically stars super chats, so that's nice. I didn't have to do that. We did have one tonight from Team Grodchak, $2. Thank you again for
man.
that. We have hit the 10 o'clock mark. We've been streaming for 1 hour, 59 minutes, and 54 seconds. Add the names, and then it doesn't matter what side you're on. I mean, I think I can do this right now. I think that worked. Yes, that worked. I can switch us sides while we're streaming and really fuck people up.
I like the logo over my shoulder. I get the white canvas over here.
Now it's on your forehead. Move your head a little bit.
Yeah. There we go.
There you go. Now it's on your forehead.
Yeah, not.
I'm going to screw something up if I keep messing with it. But anyway, this seems to be working out pretty well. So hopefully this actually works tomorrow. But otherwise, I think we've talked about everything we need to talk about and everything we wanted to talk about. So nice mustache, Brett. Yeah, nice. Thanks. That's Wesley's porn stash. He likes it. So, yeah. Yeah. One of the Ultra 4 guys threatened to shave my beard while we were in Indy. And I'm like, that? He goes, what would you do if I shaved your beard tonight while you're asleep? I said, stab you in the morning and smile in my mugshot. He's like, damn, it's that serious? I'm like, I mean, fuck around and find out, right?
It's going to call your bluff.
Yeah, go ahead. You be the one bleeding, not me. So, but anyway, time to get out of here. I got to start my 3D printer before I leave and print another couple of lizards while I'm gone for the night, and then be back here bright and early tomorrow morning making more stickers and more parts. So
cool.
Thanks everybody for checking in, and we'll see you next Monday. Should be fine, I assume, if you're in town or whatever. I don't know how this will work if you're out of town, but
yeah, I'll be on top
Christmas.
Of maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, so we'll see. Next Monday may just be me, or it may be both of us. But the following Monday's Christmas, and the following Monday after that's New Year's. So there'll be a 2-week. The chances of me coming to my shop to do a live stream on Christmas or New Year's is probably pretty slim. So sorry, boys. But otherwise, I think next week should be fine. And then after that, we'll have a break.
Good deal.
So, all right, man. I'm going to get out of here. We'll see you guys on the next one.
Later. End
stream.